Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we are taking the second episode of our podcast, which we are not calling anything right now. Just podcast. So here we go. My name is Aslan again, and with me here is Jawahar and Parvis.
Yes, as Aslan mentioned, my name is Jawahar, and we are hosting this podcast in school because school is a very available place for us, and I think if the audience will regard our hard work as a masterpiece, we would go through and we would be motivated through this work. So if you support us through our journey, we would be very glad.
And in the comments.
And in the comments, please stay calm, please.
Now, write whatever you want to write. Thinking is allowed in this podcast. If you want to write something negative, just go ahead, write that.
We will improve, yes.
We will be glad.
Okay. So, it's your turn.
What? Should I call the theme of our podcast, today's podcast?
Okay.
The theme of our today's podcast is the relationship between generations. So mainly,
No. I guess we decided to talk about generations in general. General generations.
You mean general connection between
Yes.
people?
But there will be 4 parts of this podcast. We will discuss different relationships.
for example,
That relationship between generations will be one part of our podcast.
I think first we should have some kind of conversation about family matters, family relations, and then the relations between society. I mean, relations between people who don't know each other. I mean, they
Not
get to know.
familiar.
Not familiar, yes. And then we can move on the generations. I mean, older people and younger generations. Then we can discuss about the deep psychological rewarding
feeling.
interaction, commonly known as love. Yes, between each partner. So, okay.
In my opinion, there are 4 types of relationships. The first one is family, of course, and the second one is friendship, and the third one is romantic relationships, and the last one is business-related or work-related relationships.
Outside
of, that's not considered friends. They are not considered friends because, friends are just different things.
yes, this.
Not things.
With
different
society.
people. Yeah.
So
First, let's talk about family matters.
Okay,
I had a question about it.
we're very glad to hear it.
So I'm prepared for this podcast.
we should be just some serious.
Family-related role of family in a teenager's life. What is the role of family in a teenager's life? Because when we talk about family as a teenager, we need to talk about how our family impact us as a teenager.
I think in this period, in the period of teenagerhood, parents and children may have some problems with understanding each other because as their child grows up, they how to say?
Try to be free. Try to
Yeah.
have freedom.
Yeah, have freedom and they want to have more time with friends than their family.
I think the reason behind this kind of particular behavior, I mean, they want to spend time with friends rather than their family because they are familiar with their family. They spend lots of their times in family environment, and then if they want to be with friends, they are going to easily want to spend their times and get engaged to others environment, and it would be very great if if parents should let go their children and to root out another place. I mean, they can be independent, they can be financially supported by themselves. So it would be great if family should support their independence.
Yeah, but I agree on you with the last point. Family should support it, but when it comes to the reasons that you stated, I don't think so because there's a different reason behind it. As we grow up, we try to act like adults.
Yes.
There is a teenagerhood. I mean, adolescence is like transition between childhood and adulthood. So in this period, parents still want to control their child, but a child does not want it. He tries to decide for himself or herself. This is the reason behind it. I guess I never feel bored with my family. But when they try to control me and decide on behalf of me, then this is what causes some problems.
But I didn't say they feel boredom about their family. I just say they are familiar with the family environment, so they know this.
But people tend to avoid this kind of unfamiliar situations.
Yeah.
It's just human behavior to avoid unfamiliar, the place that they have never been.
No, I don't think so.
It depends on it varies person to person, but.
Yes, it depends, yes. And there is quite of varied reasons behind their choice of independence in their behavior.
As a teenager, as Aslan said, as a teenager, I also don't want to be controlled by someone. It doesn't matter by whom, but I don't want to be controlled by someone, and I don't really like when someone teaches me to do something, because I just want to be independent. Maybe it's permanent, it's temporary, but no, I'm in this situation, and I think I will never change.
But also parents can be cause for these situations because it also takes them time to think that their child is now adult. Because all their lives from giving birth till they become a teenager, they always control them. They have complete control over them, and a small child obeys their parents. But as we grow, as a teenager, we try to, as I said, we want more freedom.
Yeah.
Yes. And there is a common saying that, don't blame everything about parents because they are being parents for the first time in their lives. So, as you said...
For example, Aslan's parents are not the
Second child.
Why?
because he has a brother.
No, I don't mean that.
But
They are being for the first time as a parent.
they have only one life.
Yes, sure. I mean that.
This is so philosophical.
No, because that means if I have 16 kids, I'm still having the first.
I mean,
experiencing the first parenthood.
I mean, parents don't have experience, about how to grow up their children when it comes to the behavioral change. I mean, it's true if you have an elder brother and your parents would observe his behavior throughout his life, but yes, it's the case, yes. It can be observed, yes. But in particular situations, parents are not subject for blame.
Yeah, I think so. But some parents sometimes can try to over-control their
In some cases,
children.
yes.
Yes.
To make them do the things that they want.
Yes. For example, to force them to learn the subjects that they don't like, and maybe
here's the
something
part.
like that.
In this part of our life, we choose what we're going to do in the rest of our life.
Yeah.
We're going to choose our career, our love interests,
No, my opinion is that parents should only
Support.
no. They don't want to. They don't need to force them to choose some subject, but they only have to. They should
Makes them interested.
no give some advice. Just
Yeah.
not force them. Just but give advice.
Don't force, but give advice.
Yeah, I think so.
Forcing cause some problems
Yeah.
in their lives, yes. Means their connection.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because the jobs that you are choosing, you will be in this job for the rest of your life.
Right. If you don't like it, then you're gonna suffer from disease such as stress or something like that.
There would be consequences. And one question for you.
Mhm.
You're talking about the independence associated with the adolescent's behavior, but what do you think about this kind of thing? I mean, parents have experience, they have been adolescents one more time once, but is it familiar to their behavior? I mean,
You know,
they know how to
how it feels like to be a teenager.
how to cope with the situation, you know. So I think from my point of view, they think I have an experience, so I don't want to my child to stuck in a problem.
He's giving the right question, but I want to mention that for example, the situation in their childhood is not the same as mine.
No,
Because when they were
time has changed.
younger, they didn't have phones, they didn't have technology at all.
Yes, it is
But
We all have different teenager.
Yeah.
Teenagers.
teenager.
yeah,
Teenager.
I think although they live it in my situation, although they have been in my situation,
Oh, okay.
they are
Still
still
at the same age as you.
yeah, they are still can't understand me as fully because the situation in their childhood was different.
Can you give some examples for
example-
support your idea?
For example, we use, for example, laptops or phones to do our tasks, our homeworks, or to learn a new language.
Yes, they're absolutely very useful.
Yeah, if you use them in the right way, they are very useful technology. But when your parents see this, they maybe think he's only playing games or watching videos, some kind of. And I think in their childhood they only played like football or played in the street with boys. But in our childhood it wasn't so. We only had phones, played with them, and
Also, there is a different these occupations. There are now there are more a lot of occupations that are not familiar, that our parents are not familiar with.
Yes, absolutely.
Software developers, videographers, or can I say mobilographers or something like that. Jobs related to technology are not something that they know, they've been through. And they want something they know, and they think that the things that they know is also good for their child.
I think they don't avoid their children to occupy this kind of technological thing. They otherwise support them. I mean, they want their children to have a good career path. What kind of parents want their child to become a builder or
No.
brick mortar?
Here's the point. If a child wants to be what's a builder?
builder.
How can I call it builder? Is it correct?
Builder, yes.
Builder. And then
Estate builder. Okay.
So most parents, as you said, don't want their children to be a builder because they don't want the children to do some heavy tasks. But if a child wants that, what about this? A child or a teenager wants to be a builder in the future, but his parents don't want it.
In this kind of situation, it's problematic, because their passion for estate building would drive them towards their life, but their parents know that if his or her child become a builder, it would cause so many healthy problems and some kind of maybe mental problems, so they gonna suffer from the choices. But in this case, I cannot say anything because it's their choice.
In my opinion, in this situation, parents should let them cook.
Yeah.
Just let them try. If they don't want it, then they can change it in the future. Because no one wants to do heavy tasks, but it's just an interest.
Yeah.
In my opinion, parents must not force their children or teenagers to do something, but they make them interested. They just they expose their child to those things that they. For example, my parents. If my parents want me to be a banker,
Yes.
accountant, let's say, they should do something like that. They should expose me to this kind of things.
To
This kind of stuff, yes.
I don't know how, but they should. If I get interested, then I'm gonna major in this thing.
They should give me a lot of money.
Absolutely, yes. Here's the point is, and then one point again. So it is a child's behavior, this child's work to follow some kind of advice from their parents, because in this particular situation, if a child wants to be a state builder, then he
State builder.
estate.
Estate.
What can I say? Estate
Building,
builder.
okay.
Then he should sit this table among his parents and discuss about the situation. Then they come up with some reasonable ideas. They can discuss the consequences of their actions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. But
But if a child doesn't want to change his desires, then
After this conversation,
they should appreciate it.
yes,
Yeah.
it is true.
because someone who suffers only his child, not parents.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Maybe we're gonna move on to the next part,
Yeah.
or maybe
What about the conclusion for this part?
As I mentioned before, they only should inspire them.
Yes, don't force.
No, don't force.
for example, as you said, if a parent wants his or her child to read books, he should inspire by reading books
Yeah.
himself or herself. And my conclusion is parents should support whatever their child want to do. Like, they should let them cook. That's it.
I completely agree with both of you.
But all-
And you have come up with reasonable solutions and reasonable ideas about the connection between child and their child and his or her parents. So here's the thing we're gonna discuss.
Just put your phone there. So,
No. Just read the question and put it in my pocket.
no, yeah. Just put it
Or,
there.
or there's a possibility that I get distracted with it.
Ah, okay.
The next portion is about friends. Role of friendship in life. Exactly the same question, but it is about friends.
So I think it's in our age, it's really important to make good friends, really good friends, because in this period we can make a lot of friends, but only small part of them are good ones.
Valuable.
Yeah, valuable. And I think we should, in our age, we must find the friends that for the rest of our life will be together.
It is environment that matters. If your friends are smokers, if you have 4 friends and they are smokers, then you will be the 5th. If your friends are very wealthy guys, they are very intelligent, you will be the next one.
Yes, it's the case. And there is a possibility that if let's imagine there is one guy and there is another, and their interests, their behavior, their environment are completely same, resonative, let's say, and can they become a good friend? Because their notions, their perspectives, their appearance, their ideas are completely same.
I don't think so, completely, because they may have another characters.
Yeah, we are called individuals. Individual mean unique to one person. We all have differences.
Yeah.
Yes, they may be, but in my opinion, there should be some difference, some big difference, for example, in their perspective. So, difference is what makes what makes friendship interesting.
Differences.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you can learn someone new from your friend.
Yes.
You have exactly the same perspective. You just keep repeating the same thing.
Yeah.
For example, Paris doesn't like table tennis, but we like it. Then we may
We can persuade him.
He may find his new passion.
Yes.
This is so example.
Maybe he's a talented in table tennis.
Then we may open. the
And
talent.
you guys are not that courage, and do not have that courage to talk with girls in the future.
Absolutely, yes. Is this?
Friends.
Can you further your idea because it's very reasonable? Can you further deep dive it?
About girls?
No. Why difference matters between?
Because they don't get bored if they are different.
Yeah.
They don't get bored. You have the same perspective, then you will get bored. But boredom is what is one of the causes that breaks the friendship.
Yes.
Usually.
The next question about is the way social media affected our friendships
Social media.
and internet.
Can you
the
repeat
ways
your
that
question again?
social media and internet affected our friendship and relationships in general?
In what ways?
You will talk about it.
I will answer yes. Okay.
Okay, first of all, you give your opinion about that.
It has affected a lot of things, both in positive and negative ways. It's now very easy to communicate with your friend, even if he.
Sorry bothering you, but it is a basic ideas. Everyone knows about it. Can you?
So you want to talk? You want to talk about it?
Can you give some kind of extraordinary ideas about this kind of thing?
What about you? Do you have any kind of extraordinary ideas? Unique?
I will follow you.
So let me think about it.
But I think we don't know much about it, how social media affected to our friendship, because we are using this from our childhood.
You take it for granted.
Yeah, we should, for example, ask it from our brothers or from parents.
Elder brothers.
Yeah, they can give us some good opinions about that.
For example, in the past, people used to write letters, like paper letters,
Yeah.
to communicate with their friends or family members. When one of my uncle went to Germany during the time of SSSR, Soviet Union, my grandpa and grandma used to write one letter a month.
One letter takes 1 month
I don't
to
know.
reach.
I don't know that, but
No, I think there was a limit. One
I see,
letter.
I see.
no, I don't know exactly. I just said it 1 month, once a month. But now it's so much easier.
But no one gonna investigate your explanations. Just
I
give
said
it.
That's also true. But now it's much easier to communicate with someone who is living far from you. For example, if my uncle now goes to army,
Yeah. Okay.
army is
Yeah.
army, then if it is allowed to use phone, he just text using SMS or maybe Telegram or some kind of social medias. What is your unique idea?
My unique idea.
Yeah.
Okay. I observe this kind of thing with negative perspective. but pardon my French, but the
You're gonna swear?
the the impact of technology for interaction between friends as a whole is very negative from my point of view. Let me explain this. Okay.
Reality.
Thank you. Okay. Firstly, in media environment, you are living in an illusion.
Yeah.
You are not communicating with anyone. Just you are zooming or interfacing with someone, but it's not real. You are just sitting in your room, looking for the phone, and maybe you are communicating, maybe you are interacting with someone, but it's not real.
Right.
It's just
So it makes us less sociable.
yes, to socialize, just move around, go out, see friends, visit their homes, and see how their homes look like.
But I have a
Unique point.
unique
It's
point
our-
for his answer. He said it's not good to communicate in Zoom or some kind of that. But if your friend lives far away from you, it's better.
In
It's better
case.
to Zoom or to message them.
That's great in that situation, but sometimes when I'm in my house, my parents
Call you.
call me when I'm in another room.
Yeah.
We are living in one particular town, yes, in Uzun hometown. Yeah,
not that big.
our hometown, our district, and we are.
Mascot, our mascot.
Homeland.
We have all things to communicate, to interact in one place, but we just don't do it. We sit our homes and just text.
Why you don't gaze at them, guys?
Sorry.
But
Why you are not gazing?
this is
because of false promises
Yeah.
you are giving me.
I mean,
But you also didn't want it. You also didn't want
playing cards rather than
playing cats.
Cards,
Cars. Yeah. One more time.
but in one building.
Yes. But I see that negative consequences in my life. I'm like now less social than I was in the past. In the past, I used to go out and I had a few friends in my village. But as time went
A
on,
few friends, yeah.
Huh?
A few friends.
Just
A few.
Okay, continue.
I had the same situation as him. When I was a child, I had 2 or 3 friends, my neighbors who played the volleyballs, football, basketball.
Yeah.
But as we grow up, and I chose study, they chose the sports. And our
But it's not
our
about
life way is not the same.
technology.
But we used to, for example, we used to play Counter-Strike in real life. But now we have phones and we play just sitting.
What was the name?
Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike.
Daga daga.
Yeah.
No,
I want to hear that.
we didn't use it. We didn't used to call it like this. But I know you want it.
And I think it's really helpful for us to make the friends from abroad. And when I was learning English, when I was preparing for IELTS, I had some friends from Nigeria, from UK, from France, and they
All around the world.
yeah.
It's a good.
Where are they
here.
This
Where are they now?
social media is the best way to keep in touch with them.
Yes, this.
Where are they?
If you see this in this way, yes.
Yeah, they are in their countries, and
Yeah,
the reason why I'm not communicating with them now is
After,
I got my IELTS. I don't need to wait anymore.
after taking out, we just throw them in the trash.
Yeah.
What was your band score?
Hmm?
What was your band score?
And
Band score.
Band score.
Band
Yes.
I think I don't have to mention that
Why?
because it's bragging.
I want to hear this.
It's not that good.
Maybe it's interesting for our audience.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
So okay, guys, I got 6.5 from IELTS.
In the first attempt.
Yeah,
That's great.
What was your age?
I was
I was 14 years old. 14.
14.
That's great.
14.
That's great score.
7.5 from reading and Malades.
That's called Malades in our language.
6.5 from listening and writing, and 5.5 from speaking.
You know his IELTS now?
You heard some cheer from your bros, yes?
Cheers?
Congratulations.
Yeah.
They congratulate. He congratulated you.
Well, jealous of his writing scores, it's like that.
Didn't he want to eat something like lavash?
Yes. He didn't do it. He still owes me a lavash. I don't know.
Don't get it personal. It's just joke.
No problem.
To contribute our environment.
So, your next question.
So what is our conclusion?
Okay, do you agree with this kind of my idea
It's
about
negative?
technology's
Depending on the situation, maybe.
illusional impacts?
I don't think so.
I somehow agree, but not fully.
Yeah.
If you want to socialize with someone who is near to you, just go out and go face to face. But if someone is not reachable, then just go online and call them.
Yes.
It's better than not communicating with them.
Yes. It
Something
is.
can be negative if it's used in a negative way. We all know that socializing in real life is great, but we don't want to do that. We are more inclined towards the easy thing.
Yes, it's true. And I admit that I cannot put my hands off from my phone. It's a fact. But we can and we should limit this to communicate better in real life. But when it comes to distinct, what can I say? Far communication. It is very good to use technology as a gadget, and technology is absolutely improved way that humans communicate in a broader case, in a global place, I think.
Pay attention, I'm using my phone. Role of family in a teenager's life, and maybe move on to the next part, which is romantic relationships.
Romantic.
Between
That's my part. All I will speak is with me.
We just take notes. Go ahead.
So, what
Before-
exact question?
excuse me. Before moving to the romantic part,
Romantic relationship part.
can we discuss about the connection between generations?
Connection
Yeah.
between generations.
Because it's some kind of weird if we discuss it after the romantic
Yeah.
conversation.
The romantic
I got it.
the romantic conversation we should
No,
do
no, no.
last.
No, don't-
Do last.
Don't advise that.
Don't phrase romantic conversation, please. It's not my fault. Romantic conversation can be translated.
I got it.
So
Okay,
we'll-
do you agree?
So we'll discuss about the communication between generations. I mean, the relationship between generations, and then we'll move on to the next part, which is romantic relationships.
Yes.
Communication between generations. So we talked about between parent and child relationship, but now it's time to
Compare. We should compare.
Yep.
So,
And
do you,
some kind of older categories.
yeah. Do you think, guys, it's better to tell your secrets, share with your secrets with your peers or parents?
In my opinion, you should never talk about your secrets with anyone else, because
But let's say small secrets.
if two person know something, then that's not secret.
Don't be philosophical.
Yeah.
Give one explanation and example to support your idea. Why secrets should not be shared?
It's just a saying that I heard. I go ahead. I disrupted you, I know. I disrupted you.
We are listening to you.
We give you questions.
So, when it comes to your question, it's better to discuss your secrets with family because you'll never guarantee that your peer is real friend.
You mean we are not valuable? Yes,
No.
in that case,
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking in general.
because we are your friends. Yes.
Yeah.
You're my bros.
Bro.
You're my family member. That's it.
Okay, let's say you fell in love with one girl. That's it. So, can you talk about this? Can you discuss this with your family?
I think it's not secret.
Yeah.
Because that's a good,
Because the person knows about it. It's better to talk about that with peers. But here's the part: if you are in relationship with someone else, some girl, then should another person know about it?
Yeah. I think yes.
You need to brag. I got this girl.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay. What was the question?
Which one is better? To tell your secrets, to tell your family secrets?
Family secret?
To share your secrets with
With
family,
family
or
or-
friends?
Yep.
I think it depends
It depends on the
On
secret.
what?
on the secret. Because some secrets are subject to converse in family environment, not in peer environment. Because if you got some kind of trouble with your family member, what can you tell about this to your peer? If you, to prove my idea, just discuss it with your another family member, and he will help you to rebuild your connection between that member, not your peer.
But
No,
they're not talking about.
he means, for example, if you are get on well with your mother than your father, you can tell about your secret to your mother, and your mother can tell about it to your father.
That's completely.
The three people know about it, and it's a secret. That's it.
And then when it comes to peers, as he mentioned before, there is some kind of secrets that can only share it with peers, with bros, niggas, with niggas,
Fellas.
Yeah.
with fellas. Yes. He knows fellas.
Don't be racist, but maybe some niggas are watching. Please don't.
Like our Nidegon brother.
Please cut this one.
We should cut, yes, completely.
Yep.
We should cut, yes,
No. I think.
It's part should be cut. Yep.
because it's an offensive
Yeah.
or something.
If you were nigga, then you would
And then
understand it.
I watched some videos that showed that 50% of American citizens are black. So
What percent?
50.
in these videos, yes,
50% of America is black.
50%.
50. I got it.
New York.
50. New York
You say
or
New York.
Florida, Massachusetts, and New York. Yes.
and 50% of them.
The community, in that community, 50% of the people were black. So be cautious if you're gonna be international.
You wanna go to the US?
Because there is a possibility that our podcast should be very famous,
Yeah.
as well as our words.
This part should be cut.
Yeah.
In short.
So do you have other opinions?
Generations, relationship. How do you think how good you will be as a parent to your child?
I think.
Can you define?
Can you imagine yourself being a parent to a child?
Yeah.
And how would you be?
I think when I grow up and become a father, I can understand my kid better than my parents did. because as I mentioned before, in their childhood they didn't have technologies, but I grow up with technologies, and as well my kids will also grow up with technology, and we don't have that difference between the generations. We won't have
This kind of problem, yes?
yeah.
Okay.
You get it.
We won't have a let's say a big difference between.
Maybe your children will also be different, as you are different to your parents.
No, I don't think so.
Because 10 years before now, no one could ever think about this type of phones. Maybe in the future there will be some other gadgets or some other things different than technology that you cannot accept. You'll be the same. You'll be the same. Before, let me think. Let me talk.
I just laugh.
Yeah. Before becoming teacher, I thought that teaching is like an easy thing. But after I teach something, after I taught,
Okay.
then I came to the idea that controlling a class is not as easy as I thought before.
You saw it before. Why you mentioned?
Because he said that he will be better parents than his parents. He will be a better father than his parents.
I think he came up with a reasonable idea, but the way he described it is some kind of
Shit.
masterpiece.
It's just a joke.
Yes.
Don't be offended.
Yes.
I don't think even if you get offended, I don't know.
I mean, he's a completely guy. I mean,
He's a completely
what the fuck, bro? Yo, I mean,
He's completely guy. Yeah.
I missed the adjective. Sorry. 안 준하되겠는 게
Understandable.
no 준하되겠.
Often clean. Thoughtful.
Okay, thoughtful. He's a thoughtful guy. Sitting here, you know, so he has a reason. He has a good ability of reasoning.
He has a good ability to choose.
Because he observes some kind of problems associated with his family matters, and he knows how this kind of thing should function. You got me?
Okay.
I mean, if we become a parent to some kind of guy, children.
Don't be offended.
I'm not.
Calling you
Okay,
guy.
don't do that.
I'm not saying anything, bro. Just go ahead.
The way you look.
I'm just looking.
If you become a parent to a child, to a good child, and then he knows
Not in forensic language.
he knows how to teach him or her about the world around him. Or her.
But the world will be different.
Yes, but he's living in this world.
My parents are also
His
living.
parents also lived in this world.
Okay.
Then his parents,
You
his father were all.
You mean if time goes on, we cannot cope with time? Is that your idea? We cannot teach the valuable things to our children.
Look, we were not brought up with this. We were brought up with this technology. Maybe our children will be brought up in an
The
environment.
cause of the problem is technology. You mean?
No. I mean the environment.
What kind of
The environment that our parents grew up was different
kind
than
of
ours.
environment? Okay.
Then our children's environment will be different than ours.
Okay. How kind of environment where your parents live, and how kind of environment you are living, and how kind of environment
What?
we will live?
I don't know what will be in the future.
Okay. Can you describe
But my
two?
parents lived without any phones, without any internet. They barely had
The problem
any
is
television. They barely had any
The
television.
cause of the problem is technology. You mean?
What is the problem?
No, he's saying just environment.
What kind of environment?
Not tabiat, not nature.
I got you. What kind of environment you mean? I'm not saying a global pollution. I'm
His
just...
current knowledge will not be applicable to his child.
Yeah.
Why?
Because when
the environment will be different.
when I have my child, the technology may grow rapidly, develop rapidly.
Okay, but you are living in this world. If this time goes on, are you going to die?
How can I get a child if I am dying?
You also be in that environment, he's saying, I guess.
Yes.
You also be in environment as your
I
child.
will
but
also be.
but
Is that environment?
he had different times when he was teenager.
Yeah, because when I was child, I didn't have this situation, and I think although I adopt to that situation
Okay.
in the future, I still remember how I was when I was a child, how the situation was like.
For example, my parents know how to use phone, but they don't see it the ways that I see it.
Yeah.
They also can't use it as Mohabik, as good as me, as well as me.
Even as good as your sister, little sister.
Yes.
Because they need their phones only for calling or watching some kind of videos. That's all.
We take it for granted.
Yeah.
Our parents could not have this kind of IQ.
What then? Okay.
Next part.
No. They are not as good as familiar like you with technology. Okay, what then? What can happen?
Because they didn't grow with technology, they don't know how it feels like to grow with technology.
Yeah.
I'm growing with this technology. I've grown up with this technology. I think I can now call myself as adult, almost adult.
Me too.
I don't think so.
16 years old adult.
But my parents, when he was 17, for example, my father, when he was 17, did not have this gadget. They had different lives.
Okay.
My child also will have
It's
different
a
life.
part of our life, not entirely.
Not just this phone, but
Yes.
computers,
It
internet,
still affects your.
access to internet,
life.
television, computer. They did not have it. I have it. And I have grown up with it. I take it for granted.
Okay. I got it. Both of you.
I don't think so.
Let's move to another topic.
The next one is romantic relationships. Paris' favorite.
Let's go, Paris.
So, before we'll go with questions, let's talk about how you are related to this topic. Why do you think you are expert in this part?
Because admittedly, I've been in a relationship with so many girls that I think partly.
What is the number?
Partly, I
Can
think.
you wrap this with paper?
No. I can say that I can understand girls than other girls themselves.
You understand girls better than girls.
Yeah, I think so.
You're expert. You're almost one doctor.
Your PhD.
I'm not a bold, bro.
Okay.
The question is, do we need this relationship in our adolescence?
In our adolescence,
This part.
of course.
Do we need romantic relationships at you in this part?
In our adolescence or
adolescence. Adolescence means
Teenager.
teenagerhood. Adulthood is adulthood.
I'm sorry. I think I don't think so because if we have girls, if you have someone to talk every day, they may interrupt us to, for example, to do our tasks or to study. It's
You will be obsessed with him.
yeah.
That's good.
Although
Look, me.
No. You're not good at pronounce it.
No, I'm talking like an expert.
although you stopped
chatting with the girl, you are doing your, let's say, lessons, homework, your mind is still
Connected.
connected with her. You only think the thing that you only think about is this girl. You can't forget it for a minute.
You're completely obsessed with that girl.
Yeah.
Addicted.
Like a-
Addicted to girls.
Because, for example, last year when I was preparing for IELTS, so as you know, guys, I was obsessed with one girl, with sweetheart, let's say, and I think that's one of the reasons why I got a low score from IELTS.
First of all, it's not low, but maybe it's
It should be better.
Yeah.
So it's a
Ah.
pure distraction.
Sorry. You mentioned you got 5.5 in speaking in English. Yes?
Yeah.
It means,
Why?
with all my respect to you, it means your speaking skills are shit.
No. 5.5 is a medium.
A bit of shit.
A small part of
Small portion of.
Half is
But to communicate with a girlfriend, you have to be very courage. You have
No.
to possess some kind of.
Bro, listen to me. I communicate with girls in my mother tongue, man, bro.
What about your time?
No. I don't think because look. If you are open-minded, if you are sociable, it means you can communicate in English in any language. If you are introvert in your mind, you will have faced some challenges to cope with some people, even girls, even boys. So how you got 5 to 5 big as a PhD in romantic field?
No,
So-
it also takes some experience to be very fluent in another language.
Because,
Ah.
bro, listen to me. Brother,
Brother, look.
I think I'm the kind of introvert, and the girl that, for example, now I am in love, in a relationship with one girl, and I know her for about, let's say, a year.
Yeah. Okay.
I can say we understand each other very well, but in my IELTS exam, my speaking exam, I will be in a contact with the person that I have never seen, that I have now.
But do you think there is a relationship between speaking abilities, speaking skills, and romantic relationships?
Yes. Was your IELTS taker
She was a woman.
She was a woman.
Woman.
Then why you had 5.5?
Because she was a woman, not girl.
That's a word. But he was not complimenting, he was not flirting with her.
Yeah.
Flirting.
I just.
What is flattering?
Complimenting a girl. Oh, you're
Şurada
beautiful.
ne kadar
Flattering.
Yeah, you're
flirting.
Flattering.
Yeah, that's flattering means like tahta boys.
No.
Just complimenting.
Just complimenting. Yes.
Too much.
Because in my speaking exam, I only must answer the questions that she gave me. It's not about the communication. It's just she gives me the question and I answer. That's
She
all.
doesn't ask, do you love me?
Yeah.
Do you love my eyes? She's not like that.
Then it's your favorite answer.
Maximum, she asks about his favorite food, even though
Yeah.
she doesn't want to prepare it for him.
But your significant other would ask you about this kind of thing. What's your favorite food?
Significant other? Yes, what is that?
Your partner.
Significant other, yeah?
Because as I mentioned before, it's hard for me to have a conversation in the second language. In my mother tongue, I am fluent, of course, and I talk with all girls. I talk with all girls in my mother tongue.
All girls at the same time.
No, they were not at the same time.
I understand.
I was a loyal boy.
You were a loyal piggy.
I was a good boy.
Yep. You were loyal.
What's up?
You were loyal, didn't you?
I'm loyal.
Loyal.
Do you have
I-
other opinions?
Loyal.
I heard that kind of lawyer. Hukşunas.
Loyal.
Yeah, he's saying lower, right?
Loyal.
Lower.
A lower.
Lower.
I said loyal.
I'm sorry, bro.
You heard lower.
You're still discussing about me? What I said.
Sorry, I think we finished all of our areas about communication. Yes.
Okay.
Let's
Let's
move.
talk about. Now, do we need this kind of relationship? It's not just about hobbies. We are also
You
thinking.
didn't
And we
understand.
are 2 age
Answer the
older.
question.
Sorry.
We are more close to wedding, you know,
To marriage.
to marriage.
How do you know? Maybe,
That's case.
maybe I will marry first.
Maybe.
Yes. It's up to us.
It's up to girl that you are married.
It's up to us, Stefan.
Okay.
It's up to us, Stefan. No, kiss the shit. Okay.
Ask me please. He and his girl.
I'm kiss the shit. Bener kalah ya? Okay,
Do we really need this kind of...
relationship. Let's
Yo, man, niçin güldün?
let's see it in two perspectives. Firstly, it's impactful if you have a good relationship with other gender. If you are process of adolescence, because you will learn how to communicate with another gender, and when you fully grown up, you wouldn't be dumb. Then, but on the other hand, secondly, it would, as you mentioned, would bother you in your study, in your family matters. We should mention also this because your family would have some kind of other perspective about your relationship with girls.
No, I think we shouldn't be in a relationship for about, let's say, love. We should be in a contact with them. For example, as friends, just as friends or.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
just
understand. But
talking about
but we-
romantic relationship.
I'm saying that we shouldn't be in a romantic relationship. Just it's can interrupt us. But for example, you know the girl that's good at history, and you're going to learn history. You can ask some.
You're gonna talk with girl about history at Telegram and on Instagram.
it's a way.
It's a way.
Way of communicating. You
It
want to-
depends. It depends on your brain, bro.
So you talked about when you were studying for IELTS. You talked about IELTS.
I
No.
talked about the girl.
Sorry, both of you, but if you can manage this relationship, if this relationship don't bother your study, your family life, then
It does that.
fell in love.
It does distract us. But
No.
I said,
That's distracting.
if you can manage.
as you mentioned, when you are in relation with a girl, then you always think about her.
I'm talking to you, brother. You
Listen.
shouldn't listen to me, brother. You shouldn't be in a contact, in a romantic contact. Just be as friends, bro.
Be as friends.
You feel me?
Be as friends. With a girl.
Be
With a girl.
what kind? What can I say?
There's a huge difference between friends and we're talking a romantic relationship.